learn a little bit about Sri Lanka. I come from a very beautiful country. Those of you have been there know how beautiful that is. But most importantly, for you, I'm going to give you a little bit of a insight what we are going to do, what we can do in Sri Lanka, and how Sri Lanka has changed over the past few years. So the company which I represent is the Fabulous Getaway, the first luxury based DMC in the country. We are 22 years old. We have a staff of 64 in the head office, and we have a separate office nearby the airport with another further 3 staff. So what we are specializing in is tailor-made, bespoke, experiential travel. So if you have any clients who would like to enjoy the luxury with affordable price, Sri Lanka is the place for you, and Fabulous Getaway is one of the pioneers in arranging luxury holidays there. So before I go to about Sri Lanka, I want to give you a little bit tips about the country. So what Sri Lanka is all about is Sri Lanka is a small country. It's the size of your hand in the just the size of a palm. This is this is the way Sri Lanka is situated. We are south of India and in the north of the Maldives. So it's extremely good to combine Sri Lanka with the Maldives or Sri Lanka with India or with Sri Lanka standalone. I just gave you an insight because a lot of people ask where the location of the country is. So how are we are getting connected? So we have a lot of airlines connecting via the Middle East. So Etihad to Qatar to Emirates to Turkish Airlines are all operating to Sri Lanka in multiple flights. The Fabulous Getaway, as I mentioned, is specializing in luxury and bespoke holidays. So some of the screens, what you're seeing there are how we do things differently, but at affordable price in the country. So we have Spanish speaking guides, that is number one, to service your clients. And we do have Spanish speaking staff also based in Spain, and of course locally we have the team which will respond to you less than 24 hours of once you send the booking. That is a guarantee from us. If there are going to be any changes or any different difficulty, we will keep you well in advance, but you will definitely will have the replies within 24 hours. So what Sri Lanka is all about and what TFG is all about is people. We have our, like I mentioned, our own guides as well as our own hosts. So we do a lot of experiential travel, and these are the people these are the people who make the changes, who make the difference, and they are experts in their relative field. So I mentioned that I have in total of 67 staff. This is the screen of the main team, and this lady Himesha, who's on top on number 5, is the manager in charge of the Spanish market. So let me take you through a small itinerary in Sri Lanka. This is a general one. So you arrive, if you can follow my cursor, please. If you arrive to Katunayaka, which is approximately 28 kilometers away from the capital city. Most of the flights come in the afternoon, but in the event that if a flight comes late afternoon or evening, we always recommend the clients to stay either in Colombo city or 15 kilometers away from the airport in an area called Negombo. The reason being, you're traveling about with a transit about 10.5 hours. It is good to cut the tour. But if you're coming in the morning, we always recommend you directly proceed to the cultural triangle. Of course, you will have comfort stops. You will stay for a few minutes, half an hour, 1 hour there for a toilet change and refresh yourself. But it is advisable to go to the cultural triangle directly. So from Negombo or Colombo, cultural triangle is situated approximately 4.5 hours, depending on the distance what you are traveling. So if it is Negombo, it's about 3.5. If it is Colombo, it will be approximately 4.5. So in cultural triangle, we recommend you to stay at least 2 to 3 nights. What you are going to see in cultural triangle? Now, cultural triangle has four main areas. That is Sigiriya, Polonnaruwa, Anuradhapura, and Dambulla. Now, not everybody visit all four sites. Some people visit two, some people visit three. So what is there to see in the cultural triangle is a history of 3,000 years. You have pagodas, you have stupas, you have Buddhist temples, ruins of palaces, which was created 3,000 years ago in an area called Anuradhapura. You come to Polonnaruwa, what you're seeing there is extremely powerful architecture influenced by Indian architecture. You will see lots of Buddhist statues, Buddhist temples, ruins of palaces, which are carved out of pure stones. It is amazing. The biggest reclining Buddha statue, that is biggest sleeping Buddha of the ancient times, is situated in an area called Polonnaruwa. And then the third recommended one is Sigiriya Rock Fortress. Now, Sigiriya is unofficially the eighth wonder of the world. It is a rock of one single rock of about 1,200 feet. You are on top of that rock. An ancient king built a palace complex. On the bottom, he has pleasure gardens. On the walls, you still can see the pictures, mirrors, walls just similar to the mirrors. You can't see that just very clearly, but you can see still the reflection. So this was constructed about 1,500 to 2,000 years ago. So, and then you go to a complex of cave temples in Dambulla. It was constructed by various kings over a period of 700 years. You will see a lot of Buddha statues, architecture, and there's lots of history, of course. So these are the main items in a cultural triangle. Now, whether it is good for kids, of course, it is very good for kids, very especially area like Anuradhapura and Sigiriya. There's a lot to see, lot to do, and lot to educate as well. From cultural triangle, after 2 to 3 nights, you come to the last kingdom of Sri Lanka. It's called Kandy. Depending on the area you travel from, for example, if you're coming from Anuradhapura to Kandy, it's approximately 3 hours. If you're coming from Sigiriya to Kandy, it can be about 2.5 to 2.25 hours. So what is in Kandy? Kandy is the last kingdom of Sri Lanka. The most venerated, holiest Buddhist temple in Sri Lanka is situated in Kandy. There's a small legend I would like to share with you. In the ancient times, in Sanskrit, there is a saying that when Lord Buddha was being cremated, a god used his powers and extract one of the wisdom tooth of the Buddha, and it is being given to the king. So it was transported from India to Sri Lanka after many centuries, and whoever has the this tooth is considered as a king of the country. So it is housed in a very elaborate and a very beautiful palace complex. Now it is totally a temple. Every day at 6 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the evening, you have an offertory ceremony with the dancers, drummers, and it's a spectacle not to miss. But in the meantime, every year, either July or August, for a period of 10 days, this casket containing the tooth of the Lord Buddha is taken out of the temple and in a procession. You have about 125 to 150 colorfully decorated elephants and about 2,500 dancers which parade the streets of Kandy. It is the biggest cultural event in Asia, and it happens in 10 days in conjunction with the full moon day for either July or August. Now, about 2 to 3 days we recommend in Sri Lanka. In Kandy, after that, we recommend you to go to the hill country by train. Of course, there is a issue as well. I have to explain it here since all of you are consultants, that the government-owned railway department only confirm tickets 30 days before the travel date. So we will keep on, we will only be able to confirm the tickets to you, whether it is first class or second class, which I always recommend only before the 30 days. But even if you miss the train, it's not a problem. It's only 3.5 hours drive to the hill country. So what you're going to see in hill countries, hill country is of course full of hills, lush greenery, tea plantations, waterfalls, cool climate. Average temperature in Sri Lanka is 29 degrees, but in the cool climate, you are looking at about 12 degrees. It's a very pleasant area. The hill country in Sri Lanka itself has a history. It was discovered by the Scottish planters. You know, Sri Lanka was colonized by the Portuguese, Dutch, finally by the British. So British found this area. Now that area, especially the area called Nuwara Elia, is called the Little England, because wherever you see, you will see the old style British houses and public buildings. So in the hill country, you will visit, of course, tea plantation, you will visit the tea factories, and there are many experiences which I'm going to show you a few little bit later on. Now, from hill country, from there we come to the coast. Why we come to the coast area is we visit the Yala National Park. Yala National Park is the second biggest national park in the country. Now, this is the longest drive in the tour. It takes about 6 hours. You can go, it's a very nice drive. You can go by car for sure. But if not, there are internal flights, which will take only 35 to 40 minutes, which is extremely comfortable. And it takes only 35 to 40 minutes there. In Yala, what you're going to see mainly, in everywhere in Sri Lanka, you will see plenty of elephants. Then in Yala particularly, you will see the leopards and the small bears among many other many other animals. So we have early morning safaris starting at 6 o'clock in the morning, finish at about 10 o'clock in the morning, and the afternoon safari, which starts about 2:30 in the afternoon. You have to be at the gate and finishes by 6 or 6:30. That is the main things in Yala. So we recommend at least you stay 2 nights in Yala. There are very good hotels, from the boutique style hotels to five-star properties there. It's an experience not to be missed. If somebody would like to have light safaris, who do not have bigger budgets to go to Africa, Sri Lanka is a place. But another tip, you must not confuse Sri Lanka for Serengeti in Tanzania or Masai Mara in Kenya. It is not, which is a soft version of it. So you have to manage the expectation of the client and say it is not a Masai Mara, it is not another park in Tanzania. From Yala, depending on the season, if you are traveling from November to April or September and October, we recommend you to, if you want to some downtime on the beach, the south coast, all the way from Yala to Colombo area. A beautiful stretch of beaches, 290 kilometers approximately, you can stay there. If not, if you want to combine with the Maldives, it is only 55 minutes by flight. You can easily do so. Now, this is the period, this tour, which I suggest to you with the beach in the south coast, is very good from November all the way to April, and then September and October. But what if somebody comes during your winter period, that is April onwards? We recommend the best beaches in the country is in the east coast. So why the best beaches in the country? Because from the beach to the sea, you can walk up to approximately 150 meters. The water will not up to your shoulder level. It's crystal clear as well. Especially area called Pasi Kuda, Trincomalee, and Kuchiveli. There are beautiful places which cater to the clients. In that, if you are coming in that way, the itinerary will be changed. We will do the itinerary what I just disclosed to you on the other way around. So just some small tips. Best time to visit Sri Lanka is from November to April, September and October. July, August is also very good months because there are a lot of Europeans are there. And the tour in Sri Lanka can be combined with the car travel as well as air travel. So I'm going to show you a little bit about us also. Now, The Fabulous Getaway is part of Virtuoso, that is a big consortium based in USA. We are part of Serendipians, that is very popular consortium in Europe, as well as the biggest consortium in Australia, Luxury Travel Collection. Conscious Travel is our sustainability partner, which I'm going to talk a little bit further as we go along. So our transportation, we have our own fleet of vehicles, luxury fleet, as well as we outsource the vehicles also, because the demand is such that you can't, no company can in Sri Lanka maintain bigger fleets, because that is the reason that they outsource the transport. Helicopters to aircraft to trains to yachts. You can charter or you can join as a normal customer. And some of the hotels in Sri Lanka are humongous, and there's a humongous selection. But I'm going to show you a little bit about boutique style hotels in a few areas. This is in Negombo. Ugariva, a 7-bedroom nice mansion. As you can see on the right hand side, how the beautiful rooms are. Walava, same way, same area. In the cultural triangle, you have Uga Ulagala, which is in Anuradhapura. And then, of course, you have Water Garden, which is in Sigiriya. This has the best view of the Sigiriya Rock Fortress in the cultural area. And in Kandy, the picture what you are seeing there is the picture of the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic. And the gold color roof, what you are seeing there is a gold roof, which is just under that is the room house the temple, the tooth of the Lord Buddha. And in Kandy, you have W15 Hantana, beautiful luxury mansion. And you have King's Pavilion, extremely popular in Spanish market. In the hill country, you have Uga Halawala, which is a 6-room beautiful property. Camellia Hills, 5 bedrooms in a higher elevation. The view from there is magnificent. Goatfeld in Nuera Elia, 9 Skies. Totalagala, this is by far my personal favorite because this is in an area called Haputale. It's a beautiful one. Ceylon Tree Trace, which belongs to Relay Chateau, the most known hotel in the tea plantation area. And in the south coast, of course, you have Amans, you have the Six, the newest luxury hotel there, Anivilas, which is the most expensive property in the country. It's a total buyout. Amanvalla, you have Anantara, Peace Haven, you have Tekanda Lodge, Malabar Hills. These are some of the beautiful hotels. Some are not right by the beach. Some are about 5 minutes away from the beach. Some are right by the beach as well. So in Yala, you have Uga Chenahats, extremely good for families. Leopard Trails, Yala and Vilpattu both are glamping. You have Wild Coast, another Relay Chateau property. Hilton Yala. And then the newest property there is Warden's House, 8-suite villa. And then Tribe Yala. And then there are other hotels, a few other hotels, what we normally recommend to the clients on a higher scale. But what we are really good at and what we are really proud of is about our experiences. We have our own host to do the experiences in a different way. So the Peco Trail, just to give you a highlight, was created by a Spanish gentleman. His name is Mr. Miguel Cunard, who happens to be one of our earlier founder members. And there are 300 kilometers of trekking and hiking, which you can do for multiple days or few hours, depending on your requirement. It is in 22 stages. If you're a little bit of a sports fan, you can do kayaking. If you just want to explore the country, you can do by tuk-tuk hunt. There is so much to do for everybody. I'm just going through a few slides for you to have an idea. And if you like your drinks, Sri Lankan whiskey is Arak, 40%. You can do a pub crawl as well. Then at the Fabulous Getaway, we not only earn money, but we give back to the community as well. We have our foundation called the Impact. At the moment, we are doing 3 projects, 3 pillars, that is promoting women entrepreneurs, looking after the wildlife and the environment. So these are the 3 projects what we are currently doing. This project, what you are seeing there is an ocean strainer. We put a net across the river in Colombo City for the past 14 months. we have collected 133 tons of plastic. And with the help of the government of Sri Lanka, we recycle them. Uh, the beekeeping project is a project what we do. We have selected some families in Anuradhapura area through the help of the university and the local council, and with the help of the university we educated them how to do bee harvesting, and we gave them the money, we invested the money for the project, and then we buy the product as well. So this is a little bit about Sri Lanka. I just want to give you a little bit of a tips on what you should do and what you should know. The best time to visit Sri Lanka, I repeat once again, from November to April, and September and October, even July, August is fine. So basically, it's a round the year country. The visa for Sri Lanka is online. At the moment, it costs 50 US dollars, but government has introduced a law within next few weeks. There will be visa free country. So still you have to go online and fill the form, but there's not going to be any cost. We recommend minimum stay of 10 to 14 nights in Sri Lanka to do a comprehensive trip. And then we always encourage you to include experiences in your tours, because that will give the unique experience, that's the unique way of seeing the Sri Lanka. And of course, for people who are a little bit interested in wildlife, we recommend you to do the wildlife in Sri Lanka for one reason and one reason only. Sri Lanka is the only country in the world where you can see the biggest land mammal, that is Asian elephant, and the biggest sea mammal, the blue whale, with a travel distance of 2.5 hours. So in the south coast, you go to the sea in an area called Mirissa. Within 1 hour you will start seeing the blue whales. Come back after a few hours over there, travel 2.5 hours to Yala National Park, and you will see plenty of Asian elephants. Nowhere else in the world you will do that. You can do that, and the best months to see that is from December to April. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my little presentation about Sri Lanka. I would like to give you the floor. If there's any questions to ask, happy to answer right now. Thank you.
Hola de nuevo.
Then
Sí, ok.
then we try chat.
Ok. Si tenéis preguntas es el momento ahora, ya sea en el chat o si os animáis, pues abriendo el micrófono y preguntando directamente.
Hi, I got a question. My name is Jordi Atienza, and I organize normally trips also with divers. So I would like to know if, beside this experience that you offer also a diving combination with these trips.
Yes, if you are traveling from April to October, the East Coast, especially a particularly area called Trincomalee, is best for diving. And if you are traveling in the winter period, that is from November onwards, the best diving places are in the south coast. In Trincomalee, very particularly, there are old World War II shipwrecks are there. You know, the Sri Lanka Trincomalee housed the British fleet during the Second World War, and the Japanese attacked the British fleet in Trincomalee Harbor, and there were about 6 ships are currently there as under the sea. Yes, we can incorporate the tours. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Where it is more like to see leopards, Vilpattu or Yala. Yes. Now, it's a very good question. Vilpattu has very few leopards, but there has been good sighting. In Yala, it's divided into 5 blocks. Block 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Most of the clients do the tours in block 1, but we always recommend to do block 5. The block 5 has a bigger chance of seeing the leopards. What is the best route for scenic train? Yes, the best route that we recommend is go from Kandy all the way to Nanuoya. And if you have a little bit of a time, and if you like to stay in the train for about 3 hours plus, I recommend you to go from Kandy to Haputale. one of the best sites. Yes, we have activities related to Mr. Jeffrey Baba, who is the most famous architect in the country. He designed Sri Lanka Parliament and many other hotels. Yes, we do have specific itineraries using his properties. Even his private house and private estate is converted into an experience place. Yes, we have. If you write to me directly, we are happy to provide a Baba theme itinerary as well.
Okay, so I think those were all the questions. So thank you very much, Prabath, for this super nice presentation. I think everybody now feel a little bit more the essence of Sri Lanka after this amazing presentation you gave. So now, oh, sorry.
There's one more question. I'm very sorry, but I
Oh,
had to
yes,
interrupt.
no
Why
problem.
are so many problems getting train tickets many times until one week? Ma'am, the trains of Sri Lanka are controlled by the government of Sri Lanka. It is not 1 week. We can do it before 1 month. If you can be assured of that. I know there are difficulties, but there are ways and means we can get about it. So before 30 days before the arrival of the clients, we can get the tickets to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much again, Prabath.
Yeah.
So now we are going direct into the raffle. So let us share the screen. Vamos a compartir pantalla con nuestra famosa ruleta.
Yo veo que ni estoy. Ahí está Raúl Cornejo.
Ok, vale, pues antes de darle a iniciar la ruleta, vamos a decir de qué se trata el premio. Serían 4 noches en Sri Lanka con alojamiento y desayuno incluido, además de los transfer. Bueno, y el recorrido sería por Negombo, el Triángulo Cultural y Kandy, ¿vale? Así que os deseo muchísima suerte. Luck to everyone.
Good
So
luck,
let's
everybody.
go.
Just wait a minute.
Marta is
Okay.
Yes. Julián Lavado. Enhorabuena, Julián, ¿qué tal? ¿Estás ahí? ¿Julián? Vaya, Julián parece que no. Julián is not there.
Shall we do it again, or how do you want it?
Yeah, if the person is not here, we should do it again. So, bueno, pues suerte otra vez, porque si Julián no está, pues se repite. Venga, vamos a darle otra vez. Let's do it again. Let's see. Alberto Morales. Hello. Alberto, hola. ¿Estás?
Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? Sí, estoy.
Ay, fenomenal.
Buenas.
Pues mira, has tenido suerte.
Mira qué suerte. Pues sí, porque vamos, yo me voy a desconectar y he dicho, uy, venga, vamos a intentarlo otra vez.
Venga.
Qué bien.
Congratulations, Alberto.
Thank you so much.
We hope to see you in Sri Lanka. Oahsis team is going to send you the details.
Yes.
So,
Ok,
congratulations once again.
ok.
Gracias, Alberto.
Nada, a vosotros, gracias.
Pues nada, acaba de terminar nuestra sesión sobre Sri Lanka. Espero que os haya gustado muchísimo, tanto como a nosotros, y os vemos en el siguiente. Que paséis muy buen día.
Thank you,
Gracias.
everybody.